Good morning, one and all. A very warm welcome to all of our convocation guests here today. My name is Peter Dewick, and I'm the Director of Admissions and Registrar here at Royal Roads University. The university acknowledges the campus is located on the traditional lands of the Kosopsum, or Esquimalt, and Lekwungen, or Songhees, ancestors and families who have lived here for thousands of years. This land has been part of the fabric of the life of Indigenous communities long before Hatley Castle was built, and it will be long into the future. It is with gratitude that we now learn and work here, where the past, present, and future of Indigenous and non-Indigenous students, faculty, and staff come together. Today marks the 50th convocation for Royal Roads University. We are so pleased you've all been able to come and join us. Before we begin, just a little bit of housekeeping. First, as a part of our initiative to make our ceremonies more environmentally friendly, we've gone paperless for this year's convocation program. You can scan the QR code now or view it on the RRU Convocation website. Second, in just a few minutes, I will ask you to rise just before the graduates and the academic platform party enter the auditorium. Meanwhile, and we always have to remember this, please ensure all cell phones and other electronic devices are turned off for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you. I invite us all now to please rise and join in the singing of the Canadian National Anthem, performed in the Japanese Garden by Alison Ward.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, to beach it love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, oh, true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. I feel really short right now. Everyone, please have a seat. Today is such an exciting day, and to begin, I would like to introduce, before I introduce myself, introduce Butch Stick on video.
I squachel CMCA asa yuquelipton chiles an laquagan. ACM news jelicha, ACM news walaqua, Haishqua quansanat techel laquagan tanuch, Haishka CM nequilia. So thank you very much, grads, for allowing me to be here on this very special day for you. I've attended so many grads in the last few years, but I think it's very important to recognize accomplishment, no matter how old you are, and recognize an encouragement always. So thank you very much for this honor to be with you today. Haishkasiem.
Butch Stick from Yuquelipton, from Songhees Nation, is a member of our Heron People Circle, our elders and our old ones, and one of my really dear friends. I would not be standing here without his support, without his guidance, without the sharing and understanding of protocol. And protocol, as you heard the Lekwungen celebration song when we were coming in to the auditorium, is sung by his son, Bradley Dick. And I'm grateful to the families of the Lekwungen and Kasapsan who assist the work that we do here at Royal Roads. My name, Asmanahai, means caring for precious ones, and it comes from my late mother, Vera Thompson's family from Toquot Nation of Nuu-chah-nulth lands. I also have ties into Clayoquot Nation from my mother's side. My late father, Eugene Antoine, comes from Saikas Nation from Carrier-Sakani lands, which is central northern BC, and I have also ties into Dididat. I am grateful to the elders and the old ones who reside in this area. I also raise my hands up to the Métis Nation and Inuk relatives who also live in this area. I am the Director of Indigenous Engagement, and to follow protocols, there's internal protocols for the university and external protocols, and more importantly, the protocols within the nations. For Royal Roads University, for the Board of Governors, executives, deans, faculties, staff, when we are on the traditional lands of the Lekwungen and Kasapsan, it's important to do that small sign of reconciliation, beginning with the ancestors, remembering our own ancestors, and then remembering what's our purpose and intention of why we're here. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates who are with us this morning. I want the executive and the board members who all have an eagle feather to hold it up. Hold it up high with pride. The eagle feathers are harvested down at Snuckwa Island. Snuckwa Island at the Blue Heron House down by the lagoon, and the executive and the board members attended a workshop to learn about the history of Indigenous people, to relearn about the history of Indigenous people, to unlearn some of the colonial practices. And in turn, they get to carry an eagle feather. Yesterday, we honored 33 Indigenous graduate students, and they also received an eagle feather. Just a sign of stay connected. Our doors are always open, our emails are always there, and our phone number is always there. Stay in touch, stay connected. Continue to be life-changing for your families, your communities, and make us proud as you carry your degree across. Take care.
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to see so many people in this wonderful new facility of ours. Mr. Chancellor, honored guests, elders, faculty, associate faculty, staff, proud family and friends, and of course, our amazing graduates. We have the privilege, as Asma Nahai has said, of gathering today on the traditional, unceded, and ancestral lands of the Kasapsan and Lekwungen ancestors and families, and it is indeed a privilege to be able to live and learn and work on these lands each and every day. And I couldn't be happier to welcome you to this amazing new auditorium, the Dogwood Auditorium. So much of what this university is about is encapsulated in this building, rooted in sustainability, steeped in history, and a place that brings people together with a sense of deep purpose. And today, that purpose is to celebrate our newest group of graduates. And for the first time since this pandemic began, we gather in person. And this is the first in-person convocation we've had in this new facility. It is the, thank you. It is the 50th convocation in the history of our university, and it is 12 years since we've had a convocation on campus. So you are a very special group of graduates. And that's such a welcome sign at a time when signs of hope might seem quite rare. You know, graduates, your time with us has been marked by events here in British Columbia, including the heat dome, which was occurring about this time last year. We had wildfires, we've had floods. We see around the world the rising threat of authoritarianism, disinformation, ongoing public health emergencies, of course, the terrible war in the Ukraine, and the related threat of famine in parts of the world. So the headlines can seem quite dire, and to be honest, they are dire. Any one of these threats and dangers might define a generation, and they've converged to become what Dr. Thomas Homer Dixon has called the poly crisis. Yet, there's a phrase that keeps coming back to me, a favorite of a Canadian politician named Tommy Douglas. And Tommy Douglas was the Premier of Saskatchewan in the middle of the last century, and then he became the leader of the federal NDP party. And one of the ways he would often end his speeches was with this phrase, which was spoken in his warm Scottish burr. Courage, my friends, 'tis never too late to build a better world. So bear in mind that this was a man who stared into the face of poverty, suffering, and oppression. His fieldwork as a graduate student took him into the so-called hobo camps in the very depths of the Great Depression. And his travels to Europe showed him firsthand the rising menace of Hitler's brand of fascism. And at home, he was burying parishioners who had died because they couldn't afford medical care that could have saved them. And he lived, of course, through the peril and uncertainty of the Second World War. Yet he retained that sense of hope and possibility. The depths of the wrongs he had seen only served to broaden his vision about what could be right. As Premier of Saskatchewan, he brought in sweeping reforms, bringing electricity to the most isolated parts of the province. He created a public auto insurance corporation, and he allowed the public sector to unionize. And one other reform, a system of public health insurance that became the model for Canada's Medicare system. 'Tis never too late to build a better world. He believed that all his life, and so do I. I truly believe it's far from too late to solve the biggest problems that face us. And one reason for that hope is all around us. This place, these people, and places and people like it. Institutions of higher learning like Royal Roads University are bringing people together who share that hope. And all of us are bringing the full weight of our knowledge, skills, and imagination to bear on addressing problems that range from climate adaptation to renewing civil society. And another reason I have hope is you and your fellow students, and now your fellow alumni. I've seen the work you've done and the passion you bring to it. I've witnessed the creativity and ingenuity you offer, born of diverse perspectives, diverse backgrounds, and fierce determination. You are all ambitious in the very best sense of the word, because your ambition isn't for yourselves alone, it's for your community and for your world. Even the act of pursuing and achieving a credential, that's a remarkable expression of hope for a better world. Hope, though, is just a beginning. It's not an end in itself, and hope only has meaning when it spurs us to action. So graduates, I know you understand that compulsion to act from a place of hope, because it's what brought you to this moment. And I'm deeply, deeply proud that in such a time of enormous uncertainty, you have not only persevered, but you have prevailed. We are living in times of challenge and uncertainty, but instead of letting that challenge push us down, we rise to it. Instead of letting that uncertainty diminish our dreams, it only expands our sense of what's possible. So, courage, graduates. Thank you for all you've contributed to Royal Roads. And I especially want to thank your family and friends who are here today as well, because I know that these journeys are never taken alone. And I want to thank you for the contributions I know that you will make to the world. So my heartfelt congratulations. Thank you so much.
Elders, honored guests, faculty, staff, and Spring 2022 graduates, and families and their friends. It's a tremendous pleasure to welcome you to Royal Roads University, and in particular to this building, the Dogwood Auditorium, playing host for the first time to a full convocation gathering. Going off script a little bit, and as Dr. Steenkamp said, it's wonderful to see everyone in person. Probably the best thing about going from virtual to in person is that if the camera adds 10 pounds, I'm already better off meeting in person. I think the only real benefit to virtual convocations is that if I stumble, I could do retakes. So please bear with me as we get through this. Graduates, those who have come before you often talk about Royal Roads University and the power of the place. I know many of you feel this way. This setting, the history, heritage, and beauty, the natural and human worlds, it's an inspiring part of your education. And as we talk about place, let me say a few words about the building we're in right now. It dates back more than 60 years when it was a swimming pool used by the Royal Roads Military College. Then for a while, squash courts and locker rooms. But look at it now, today. A building 6 decades old is now the showcase of environmental design, geo-exchange energy, and energy-efficient retrofits. You can find the elements of the building's heritage facade preserved throughout the auditorium. And where this was once part of an institution that rarely acknowledged this land's profound Indigenous connection, it now gives pride of place to a stunning piece of Indigenous artwork by Carrie Newman at the entrance. This building has something to teach all of us about being grounded in both history and reconciliation, about honoring the past, but embracing transformation, about seeking opportunities to build a more sustainable future together. Graduates, these are the lessons I know you're all taking with you today. That openness to transformation is fundamental to change making. And in a world hungry for change, I urge you, graduates and guests alike, to do all you can to nurture that openness. That's for tomorrow. For today, graduates, my heartfelt congratulations and my fondest wishes for your every success in the years to come. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to present greetings from the Government of British Columbia.
Hi everyone, I'm Ann Kang, Minister of Advanced Education and Skills Training. I'm sending you greetings from the territory of the Coast Salish peoples. Congratulations to all of you on your graduation from Royal Roads University. This is an incredible accomplishment during an equally incredible and challenging time, and I am so proud of how hard you've worked to reach today's milestone. You have demonstrated resilience and perseverance by meeting challenges during your studies and overcoming them. Your graduation means that you can take your life experiences, your education, your friendships, and your determination to make real change for your family and your community. As a mother, former teacher, and passionate lifelong learner, empowering people through education is a value I hold close to my heart. That is why our government is investing in campuses, expanding and modernizing facilities, and funding new programs so that students like yourself can have a high-quality education. As new graduates of Royal Roads University, you are joining a distinguished alumni family who are leaders in their fields here on Vancouver Island and beyond. Royal Roads is renowned for its focus on community and real-world actions. You are tomorrow's leaders, revolutionizing the way we build and live. We look forward to your contribution to put your new knowledge to use and to find creative solutions to the issues we are facing today. Please know that we are cheering you on as you move ahead and take on a new adventure. Congratulations once again, and good luck to all of you.
Today, we are pleased to confer the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree, Catherine Etmansky. Will you please present the honorary degree candidate, Ms. Autumn Peltier?
Autumn Peltier, you come from a family that protects the waters, and you are a leader in environmental justice. As a member of the Wikwemikong First Nation on Manitoulin Island, raised by Lake Huron, you became a courageous water protector. At age 8, you saw the signs that said the water was toxic at Serpent River First Nation territory when you were there for a ceremony. And when you learned of the long-standing boil water advisory you decided to take action. Following in the footsteps of your Aunt Josephine Mandamin, who was known as Grandmother Water Walker, you continue her legacy in the work you do in the world. You have called out environmental racism and illuminated the disparity in access to clean water that Indigenous people face, and you continue to pursue meaningful change. You have accomplished so much in your life already, and you continue to inspire, influence, and educate, creating ripples of impact wherever you go. As a high school student, let me say that again, as a high school student and world-renowned activist, your words touch today's leaders and inspire new leaders for tomorrow. By modeling the way through your dedicated advocacy, you show Indigenous youth, and indeed all youth, they truly can change the world when they lead with passion. Your words to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau when you were just 12 led him to promise to protect the water. You spoke at the UN's General Assembly at 13. At 15, you stood on the floor of the United Nations and you said, "We can't eat money and we can't drink oil." And then you became the Chief Water Commissioner for the Anishinaabe Nation, where you represent 39 nations in Ontario. You have courageously lifted your voice in the World Economic Forum, the Children's Climate Conference in Sweden, and the United Nations Secretary General's Climate Action Summit in New York. You have brought your traditional teachings, your cultural perspective, and ancestral wisdom, and you've shared it so that the people who make decisions have the opportunity to make more equitable choices. You received the Sovereign Medal of Exceptional Volunteerism from the Governor-General of Canada and Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, the Revolution Her Community Vision Youth Award, the Ottawa Riverkeeper Award, and you were nominated for the International Children's Peace Prize 4 times. You've been featured in the Water Walkers documentary and even named Châtelain's 2019 Woman of the Year. And today, here at Royal Roads University, we celebrate you as well. We honor your spirit, determination, and advocate heart, and your impactful words, vision, and love for the water. For your tenacity, wisdom, and commitment to seeking justice for your people in protecting the water, it is my great honor today, Autumn, to present to you, Autumn Peltier, with the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. I would now like to turn it over to our Chancellor of Royal Roads University, Nelson Chan, who will confer the degree.
Miss Autumn Peltier, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Royal Roads University Act, and in accordance with the recommendation from the Board of Governors of Royal Roads University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors here and elsewhere thereto appertaining. Miss Autumn Peltier, you will now be hooded by Dr. Veronica Thompson, our Vice President Academic. President Philip Steenkamp will now present Dr. Autumn Peltier with the degree. It is my absolute pleasure that I now call upon Dr. Autumn Peltier to deliver the convocation address.
Bonjour, Masquagisha Quedishnakas, Megezadodem, Miniswendan Wimadewayan. My name is Autumn Peltier. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Okomakong, which is the largest freshwater island in the world. And I'm the Chief Water Commissioner for Anishinaabeg Nation, and I'm a water and Indigenous rights activist. I would like to thank the Royal Roads University President and Vice Chancellor Steenkamp, as well as the entire Royal Roads family, for such an incredible honor. As I said yesterday, I'm thrilled to now not have to do my grade 12 exams. It's a good feeling to know that I'm making positive changes and changing the narrative for Indigenous issues, women, and youth. Receiving this honorary doctorate gives me confidence to continue my work and help to change the negative stereotyping that systemic racism has haunted our people for more than 500 years. I will continue to blaze a trail for the ones coming behind me, just as my ancestors cleared the path for me and prayed for the ones coming behind them. I would also like to acknowledge all the waters I come from, the reason I'm here today doing this work. Many people pour a glass of water and never think of its very importance. Next time you pour a glass of water, know how easy it was. The water needs all of you, and we all need water. Water is life. And this message is coming from, as of today, Dr. Autumn Peltier. And I would also like to thank my grandfather, Stanley, for being here today, as he's one of my biggest mentors and one of the biggest reasons I'm here today. So, Miigwech, thank you.
It is now my honor to introduce Autumn's grandfather and mentor, Elder Stanley Peltier, Anishinaabe, from the Wikwemikong unceded Anishinaabeg territory on Manitoulin Island in Ontario.
Ani bonjour. Megeze anang de jnikas o shkesh ode. Oda anishna bendao. We kwem kong donjiba. An makwen mak nangushin da gay no gani jik shajago. Mon pigaben jipajik nishnabek. Eskimo. Sangis. Gay no shnabek. Quid Modanigunda, Mampinangum saying. First of all, I want to acknowledge the territory that I'm walking on today. And when I first landed on the West Coast, I landed in Vancouver. I acknowledge the coastal Salish and the people and the ancestors from this territory, the Eskimo and the Songhees. I say thank you for being on this territory, and I learned yesterday that the territory is also unceded. I've also come from an unceded territory in Ontario. Our people never signed treaties in where we live, so I'm happy to be on our homelands once again. And I want to acknowledge the university, all the faculty, all the academia that works at this university. I acknowledge you and say, Miigwech, that's thank you for having us in this part of the country. And I will try to briefly capsulize some of the ideology which comes from our people. We are from the Great Lakes area of Canada. Now I know that it's not the largest body of water when I walk beside Lake Superior as I've walked beside the Pacific Ocean today. And I'm also going to be happy to say that my role as a role model is officially over today. I have a couple of undergraduate degrees myself, so have been a role model up until today. To capsulize briefly where the understanding and the motivation and the passion for water comes from, it comes directly from our culture and our language. And I will ask all the scholars here that are here to acknowledge that our people, particularly where we come from, had a concept of education. And I would also go as far as saying make a paradigm shift to understand some of the educational concepts that comes from our people and the language. And fortunately, they are still intact in our languages, the language bundles that our ancestors left us. And one of the things that we live by is to constantly remember where we walk. And we called our home territory Ode Nong, and that translates into where the heart is. This is where, for thousands of years, many of our ancestors have lived. And the concept of education for us is idealistic in terms when we think about in contemporary education about the old philosophers and how they looked at education as being an ideal. So we still follow what the ancient philosophers believed in. It is an ideal, and to be educated is to open up your mind and hearts. And last night we talked about some of the things, at the reception. I mentioned the word philosophy. And in our language, how you say philosophy is ode wajamoin. That means when you speak, what comes out is what's from the heart, because ode is heart, ode wajamoin. So that's how us as human beings should be speaking. And the second gift that Autumn was presented with, and I accepted that on her behalf, was the drum. So it's really quite amazing how related the gifts were. And in our language, we call the drum Ode Wegan. So it represents your heartbeat, and when you sound it, it should generate, what is within your heart. And in our languages, we are losing our languages in a rapid rate these days. But our understanding of language is that we still speak in a dichotomous way of communication. One is the auditory level where we hear and, within where sound travels with our voices that we hear. But the second level of communication is to the cosmos. And so when we speak about, and Autumn speaks about the passion about water, it is the recognition and acknowledgement of where we live, where we walk. And we call that part of our language mo. So, and we call ourselves as people Anishinaabe. And when we speak Anishinaabe mo win. And when you add win at the end of it, it's like a philosophy. And mo is that cosmic level of communication. our languages are dying because Eurocentric Christian beliefs didn't like us expressing ourselves with mo. They wanted us to express ourselves in their way, in educating us. So that's one of the reasons why our language is dying, because it's being disconnected in that way. But I have good news for you. When you talk about your language, as Canadians, we say "Jaganashi mo." We give you, the benefit of the doubt that all of humanity can speak in that way, with consideration to our environment. And we use mo in many of our sacred ways. To sing, we say naga mo. So you will realize today that when those people that connect to the world and are able to use that mo part of in their voices, they connect to you. That's where that comes from. And when we cry, we say mo we. So if I was in Australia talking to the Aborigines people and I started crying, they would know exactly how I feel. So that's part of our languages. It's got that two levels of presentation. And it is unfortunate that when we communicated in that way, when contact happened here, people thought it was the work of the devil, when you can connect with all the environment that is around you. And when we look at water, it is ironic, when I was standing beside the Pacific there the other day, when we look at our own bodies, that the same percentage of water on the earth is equal to the percentage of water in our own bodies. And so we had that understanding. Many of my colleagues that are elders and have real Indigenous knowledge, they speak about how things began in the universe. And we don't say creation. We also know that there are many things in which where we live in the cosmos. There are many other spirits, many of the everything that there is has their own spirit. And monotheism came into this part of the world at contact. Back in those days, we would have acknowledged all the spirits and gods, whatever we want to call them in this language. And so we still maintain that in the languages when we learn in our teaching lodges. And yesterday I talked about the history of my own community. When one of the universities, I think the University of Toronto, came and they did an investigation of our territory, and they found remnants of teaching lodges which have been there for over 8,000 years. So the knowledge that comes from the Indigenous people is still intact in those words. I've studied my own language for the past 15 years after I retired from work. And hopefully, I guess that's the direction I'll be going. I'm leaving my role model status. So I'm 2 courses away from my master's. And as an old person, I hope to live long enough to be able to do the pedagogical framework that comes from Indigenous languages. And that's why I say, and I asked you to even make a paradigm shift, to broaden up your perspective. That within those languages there is, a serious concept of knowledge. In the west part of Canada, in Alberta, which I reside right now temporarily, Leroy Littlebear at University of Alberta talks about the quantum physics of how things came to be. And also Elmer Ghostkeeper from the University of Alberta, he talks about those particular ways of how modern science looks at us and the way that things came to be. And in closing, I just want to say our word for water, we call it nebe. And to properly interpret that, the end makes it personal for each individual. And when you add that short I sound in English, ne, you're telling the world you are. What the last part of it is, be, biologically you're alive because of water. And that's what that term is. And so the passion and the work, formerly I was a role model too. That's the work she does. Miigwech.
Thank you so much for those words. Now, graduates, Royal Roads University is so proud of all of you. Please enjoy a special message from one of your fellow alumni and a slideshow that celebrates you on this very special day.
Congratulations, class of 2022. It's Charmaine Hammond, and I'm a graduate of Royal Roads University. In fact, I graduated 20 years ago. Wow. And when I look at what has happened in 20 years since graduation day, graduating with MACAM 2000, which is a Master of Arts in Conflict Analysis and Management, my first destination was going to be opening up a mediation and dispute resolution practice. What I did. But over those 20 years since graduation, life takes us on interesting journeys. I've opened a few businesses, published a number of books, and in fact became an executive producer of an animated movie called Back Home Again. I bring that up because it steps right into one of the learnings that I wanted to share with you, and that is the power of community, the power of your alumni. Stay connected. Even 20 years later, I'm connected with Royal Roads University and finding ways to work together. Be excited. I know I was excited on graduation day. I think I was even a little bit nervous about what the future would hold. It's a lot of work that it took you to get here, so celebrate. And as I walk away from today's message so that you can carry on with your celebrations, I want to leave you with a couple of learnings. I hope they're helpful to you. Number one is the power of the ask. Asking can be uncomfortable, but if you don't ask, the answer is always no. The second is remember that raising dreams is never a solo act. It takes a team to raise a dream. The third tip is one that I mentioned a moment ago. That is the power of your alumni, the power of community, those relationships that you built, that you're all celebrating today will be there for life. Take time to nurture those, be involved, be connected. And the last is to remember that life is full of moments. There are moments that will challenge you, moments that will stretch you, moments that define you, and definitely moments that help you grow. The question is always, how will you spend your moments? Congratulations. I am so excited for what your futures hold. Enjoy your celebrations.
They say it takes a village. Huh, no kidding. So thanks to my mom, my family, friends, my teachers, even my dog had something to do with this. And MBA completion? Check.
Yay! Yippee!
Finally, I finished my Master of Global Management degree, thanks to my family, my friends, my cohort mates, and my professors for all their support.
Though the journey wasn't easy, the glory at the end made it all worth it. Congratulations, class of 2022.
I want to thank my wife, my kids, my friends for all their encouragement, and I want to thank Royal Roads University for creating the platform to enable me achieve my dreams.
Hi, thanks to everybody that's held space for me along this journey to be successful, my family, fellow students, City of Regina. Thanks so much. Love you all.
Wow, this is a proud moment. I am graduated from a master's degree. A very big thanks to my parents, my brothers, and my husband for their unconditional love and support. Yes, I did it.
Yay! Yay, Mommy! We did it!
I will now ask the graduates to please rise for the presentation to the Chancellor. Chancellor, I present to you this graduating class of Royal Roads University, on whom you have conferred the degrees, certificates, and diplomas to which they are entitled.
Let me just start by saying everyone looks fantastic. And a special shout out to everyone rocking the bow ties. I love it. We're going to bring it back. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and on the recommendation of the Academic Council of the University, I have admitted each of you to the credential for which you have been entitled. I've invested with you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. May you always be mindful of our motto of this university, living our learning. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor and members of the Board of Governors, we will now present the graduates from their respective programs. We would also like to acknowledge those graduates who are watching us from afar. So I invite Peter Dewick to present the graduates who are celebrating today.
Thank you so much. I now have the honor to present the graduates in the Doctor of Social Sciences program. Vanessa Louise Dater, winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award. Her dissertation was Evaluating the Impacts of Community Food Initiatives, a Food Systems Approach, and her supervisor, Dr. Catherine Edmansky. James Christopher McIntosh. His dissertation, A Visual Narrative Inquiry of Paramedic Identity in Alberta, and the supervisor, Dr. Bridget Harris. Ranjana Basu. She was the winner of the Doctor of Social Sciences Entrance Award and the MyTax Accelerate Award. Her dissertation, Linking Animals, Social Justice, and Social Work, and her supervisor, Dr. Michael Young. A winner of the MyTax Accelerate Award, Patricia Marie Reichert. Her dissertation, Taking Action to Relocalize the Global Food System, if not now, when? And her supervisor, Dr. Simon Pullout. Chelsea Ann Braybrook, school nominee for the Governor General's Gold Medal. The dissertation, The Impacts of Information and Communication Technologies on Social Fitness in Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, a case study. Supervisor, Dr. Jagris Hodson. Are you?
I'm just so excited.
Dr. Mary Bernard is presenting. Astrid Carmel Kuhn. The dissertation, Insight, Moving Filipino Canadians into Leadership, and the supervisor, Dr. Wendy Leeds Hurwitz. And are you doing it again? Yes. Dr. Mary Bernard is fitting. I'm honored now to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies. Doreen Ashton Wagner. Catherine Foss. Brianne Mary Gale. Stephanie Marie Johnson. A winner of the BMO Bank of Montreal Scholarship for Single Parents, Carrie Lee Knox. Sharon Helen Moskalik. Christopher David Spencer. Shona Stewart Thorne. And now on behalf of Tyler Jordan, Angela and son Tyson. I'm honored now to present to you graduates from the Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies. Carolina Calderon. I'm honored now to present to you graduates from the Graduate Diploma in Interdisciplinary Studies. Akanksha Pabi. And now the graduates from the Master of Arts in Environment and Management. Gary Maurice McQuaid. A winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award and the Shirk Canada Graduate Scholarship Masters Award, Danica Yvonne Barkhouse. Winner of the McLean Foundation Award for Environmental Studies, the BITAX Research Training Award, the TD Environmental Sustainability Scholarship, the Chalkers Foundation Award for Environmental Studies, Nafizi Rashidianfar. I'm honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Science in Environment and Management. Winner of the MyTax Research Training Award, the Student Experience Award, the TD Environmental Sustainability Scholarship, and the Royal Roads Founders Award, and the Royal Roads Chancellor's Award. Melina Rose Sorensen. Now I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Environmental Education and Communication. Hoi Yan Cheng, winner of the Dr. Stephen Chen Memorial Award. Katrina Madeline Dabrowski. A winner of the Royal Roads Founders Award, Chloe Dale Fott. And a winner of the Dr. Milton McLaren Student Travel Award, Michael Hugh Jeffrey. Alicia Justin Macbeth. Mallory Hema Paliagaru. A winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award and the Dr. Stephen Chen Award, Anna Christina Pittis. Katrina Patricia Tisdale. And now I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Environmental Practice program. A winner of the Brian Grant Award and the Peninsula Co-op Award, Katrina Jordan Forrest. Jessica Elizabeth Miller. And now the graduates from the Master of Science in Environmental Practice. Laura Lee Harris. Melanie Monica Cool. Kristen Heather Mariner. Christopher Edward Ronaldo. I'm honored to present graduates from the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Practice program. Dana Renee Meredith. I'm honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Global Leadership. A winner of the Royal Roads Founders Award, Daniel Alexander Bell. Rachel Elizabeth Burden. Sarah Lynn Curdy. Christine Elizabeth Edelman. Adam James Hutchings. Selena Celinder Kaur Kunar. Dana Rochelle Layton. Rebecca Kinda McKenzie. Tara Renee Nault. Anna O. A winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award, Tanya Honan. Holly Elaine Scott. Arwa Sharab. Kim Amber Ursu, winner of the Royal Roads Chancellor's Award. Cheryl Renee Winazenki Yoland. Now I'm honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Leadership program. Robert Douglas Archer. Lori Nicole Ballard. Jennifer Michelle Bateman. Wendy May Big Charles Gaucher. Megan Rose Boire. Jules Martin Andre Brown. Anthony Chalicombe Bone. Christopher Justin Brooks. Rahana Siriani. John James Gervin DeWitt. Lauren Marie Evanow. Jacqueline Jean Hassel. The winner of the Royal Roads University Entrance Award and the school nominee for the Governor General's Gold Medal, Brandon Spencer Hasty. Jennifer Jerica Hochstein. Ekaterina Kalashnikova. Laura Koza. Jason Troy Lamont. A winner of the Royal Roads Chancellor's Award, Laura Lee March. A winner of the Royal Roads Founders Award, Victoria Lee Miles. Stephen James Morgan. Valérie Therese Pollard. Philip Edward Raymer. Deborah Lena Ross. Jody Lynn Stauffer. Cara Christina Udell. Linda Jane Vanderzand. Huguette Sommet Vanderpost. Now I'm honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Leadership Health program. Sandeep Kaur Bath. Karen Diane Brown. The winner of the Alan Cahoon Scholarship, Erica Shan Kamferman. Allison Joan DeWitt. Christopher Barron Edwards. Rebecca Bozetti Fabii. Natasha Karim Farrell. A nominee for the Governor General's Gold Medal, Jessica Colton Linford Havens. Katie Nicole Kelleher. Nicole Elizabeth Krivionic, a winner of the Royal Roads Founders Award. Dana Patricia Sibley. Lori Marie Sparrow. Crystal Diana Speed. And Allison Jennifer Stevens. Tiffany Ray Stevenson. Yvonette Roberta Stubbert. Rebecca Ann Zemlak. I now present to you the graduates of the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Practice. Lindsay Terapaski. And now, I am very honored to present to you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Science and Policy of Climate Change. Adjoa Tumelo Kwenu.
Wow, I feel quite emotional. Quite an extraordinary experience that was to be back in ceremony together. You know, Elder Stanley here and the other elders who advise us speak to us about the importance of gathering in ceremony and the gathering of witnessing. And that's what we've just done today. We gathered in ceremony and we witnessed. And what an incredible, incredible honor that is. So graduates, congratulations once again, and welcome to our family of alumni. Congratulations. So as of right now, you are a part of a network of Royal Roads graduates, faculty, and colleagues that spans the entire globe. I encouraged you in my remarks a short while ago to have courage. Now, as we prepare to say goodbye for now, I want to encourage you to do something that Royal Roads graduates have been doing now for decades, and that's to take your courage and share it with others. Wherever your work takes you, whatever your career may entail, let it give the people around you reason for hope and the courage to make a difference themselves. And to all of you here today, on behalf of Royal Roads University, thank you so much for coming to celebrate this moment. Thank you for all you've done to support these graduates and help bring them to this moment. I know that you all share my pride as well in their accomplishments, and I know you join me and the entire Royal Roads University community in wishing them every success. So thank you all for coming, and good morning. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, that's it. Thank you, everyone. This concludes the morning's convocation ceremony. I'm going to ask you to please remain at your seats until the academic platform party and the graduates have exited the auditorium. Then join us at the Sherman Gen building just across the way here to celebrate our newest alumni. Thank you very much.
Yeah.